Hey there. So today is the 1 year, is the word an anniversary? I don't know. It's the 1 year mark since we got the 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage. We got it September 27th, 2023. Today it's September 27th, 2024. And I just want to go over what it's been like to have it for exactly a year. Starting off, has it been reliable? Yeah. There's been absolutely nothing wrong with the car, which is to be expected. It's a 1-year-old car. There shouldn't be anything going wrong at this point in time. There is a few rattles in this car, but that is kind of how these cars are. They rattle. Even Toyotas have rattles, so that's one thing to note. Under the hood, it looks about like new. It's a bit dirtier than it was, to be expected. I mean, it's got 26,000 miles on it. It's going to be dirty. Over the lifetime of the car, it has gotten around 52.7 miles per gallon over the span of how many miles exactly? Actually, let's find out. Close the door and reopen it so the dash turns back on. Over the span of 26,645 miles, I've almost got 53 miles per gallon. Well, for a gas car, it's not a hybrid, I would say that's pretty much phenomenal. Granted, I try my absolute best to get the best gas mileage I possibly can. The trunk is on the smaller side, sort of. So, this trunk, it's not deep. This is how big it is. For context, here's my hand in it. Alright. And you can pile things literally all the way up to the window, so it is pretty large in that aspect. But the thing is, the back seats also fold down nearly flat, as you see there. And you can do that with that seat as well, though the passenger seat is too far back to fold it down, unless I remove the headrest first, which I'm not going to do right this moment. If you have something extremely large, you can also fold down the passenger seat and that seat and fit a full-sized refrigerator in here. If you think I'm kidding, I'm not. Here's a picture. Yeah. I don't know how I got it in there, but I did. In terms of the interior, I have the base model here. So we have the basic door panels, which do get scratches in them pretty easily. But coming in here, I mean, the car looks exactly how it was when we got it a year ago in terms of wear. I guess down here there's a little bit of scratching from taking a cup in and out of the cup holder thousands and thousands of times. But overall, it looks pretty much like it was. Now, the back seats, they of course look like brand new. And the reason why it looks like brand new is because I think I've only had 4 or 5 people back there in total throughout the whole life of the car. So it's basically unused. And the driver's seat is holding up very nicely. Granted, I only weigh 120 pounds. I use this as lumbar support. The car does not really have lumbar support built in. It's a pretty flat seat and it's holding up. Alright, next I'm going to show how much room is in the back seat. So first of all, the front seat is in my driving position, being 5'11". Keep in mind, because of the pillow, I have to have the seat further back that way. So without the pillow, it would be about 3 inches further that way. Either way, it's not all the way pushed back with the pillow, but let's get in, see how much room I have. So with my butt all the way up against the seat, I have that much room between my leg and the chair. Here is me. I am hitting the ceiling if I am, well, sitting upright. So not the best in the world, but it is fine. If I slouch down a little bit like that, alright, still fine. Then I actually have a decent amount of headroom here. I wouldn't say the back seat's ideal for anyone over probably 6 foot tall, unless the driver is rather small. Then yeah, you could slouch down even more if you want, but yeah, 6 foot tall on the back seat's about the limit. One thing I find funny is the look of the door panel. I don't know why, that little micro button there, it's just kind of funny. I don't know why, it just looks weird to me and I like it. In the sedan version, this is a little cup holder. It folds down, and then there's a cup holder in here and an armrest. This is not the sedan. We do not have that in here. And back here, again, because this is the hatchback, we only have one cup holder. It is a pretty big cup holder, but you only have one. Now, there's also a option for this car to get a center console, which goes inside of this cup holder hole. So you lose this cup holder hole, but then the center console also has a cup holder in it. So it's not like a lose-win. It's not any worse. It's just you don't have two cup holders, you only have one. Now, one thing that people are worried about with this car is the power, all right? It's not the most powerful car in the world. It has 78 horsepower and 76 pound-feet of torque, which is the least powerful new car you can possibly buy in America. And you might think, it's absolutely horrible. Nope, not really. It's 78 horsepower, but it's only 2,100 pounds. Actually, a little bit less than that. Around 2,087 pounds to be exact. And the 0 to 60 time is around 13 seconds to 15 seconds. If you have the air conditioner on, maybe 16. But it's enough to get you up to highway speeds plenty fast. I've never had an issue, and I drive mostly highway and mountain. I don't drive city, which is what this car is intended for. Up in the mountains, if you have the air conditioner on, you're going uphill at 8,000 plus feet above sea level. It can become a bit sluggish. I did a 0 to 60 time at 8,000 feet above sea level while going uphill with the air conditioner on, and the 0 to 60 time came out to 43 seconds. Go! We are full throttle. Wasn't very happy. But again, to be fair, I've drove that car up that hill, which has twice the power, 140 horsepower, but it only has a 4-speed transmission. Going up the hill, it wouldn't go lower than third gear, and the top speed was around 50 at full throttle. If it downshifted to second, I'm sure it would have actually done quite a bit better, but it just stayed in third even though it was floored, so I don't quite understand that one. The maintenance on this car, by the way, it's been pretty simple. Just change the transmission fluid every 25,000 miles, 30,000 miles. I changed it at 15,000 and then did something to it at 20,000, but I'll change it every 15,000 to 20,000 because I drive in the mountains a lot, but if you just drive in the city or drive on the freeway, consider changing it every 25,000 to 30,000 miles for the best life out of the car. For the engine oil, I changed it every 3,500 to 3,750 miles. I once pushed it to 4,000 miles. I didn't like doing that, but I did push it to 4,000 miles once because I didn't have time right that exact moment to change the oil, and I was doing a lot of driving in that small amount of time. It was like a day extra. Also, the tires on this car seem to be wearing out somewhat fast. Granted, again, I take a lot of corners, and I usually take the corners pretty quickly. So, the tires on this car are 26,000 miles old. And according to the quarter trick, the tire tread is right to the top of the quarter's head. So, it's on the lower end. That's not horrible. But then if we go off the wear bars, which there's a couple of them on the tire, like right there, there's a wear bar, and we still have some tread left, so I don't know what to make of that. I don't know when you're supposed to replace your tires. You're supposed to rotate them every 5,000 miles roughly. Well, I didn't. I rotated it the first time at 15,000 miles, and now I think the next time I'll rotate them will be 30,000. And then after that, do it more regularly, because apparently you aren't supposed to go super long. I completely forgot rotating your tires was a thing. I do have plans to do some modifications to this car in the future at some point. Like, replace this seat and that seat with the seats out of a 2021, 2022, 2023, or 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage hatchback SE. Basically, it's the part leather seats that have heating. The reason why is heating is already wired up down here, alright? I can just plug in the seats, go over and install the switch, which the wire's already there for the switch, and install the fuse, and I'll have heated seats. It's not that big of a job, and I would like heated seats, because I like going to the mountains, and I'm also a generally cold person, so that would be a nice thing to have. Also, this is a shorter review. It's not a super in-depth one. The reason why is I already have super in-depth reviews on this. This is just an update video. How is the car holding up after 25,000 miles? Short answer, great. Either way, thank you very much for watching this video, and until next time, have a good day.